infinite complacence, people went to and fro over the earth about their little affairs, serene in the assurance of their dominion over this small, spinning fragment of solar driftwood, which by chance or design, man has inherited out of the dark mystery of time and space. Yet across an immense ethereal gulf, minds that are to our minds as ours are to the beasts in the jungle, intellects, vast, cool, and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes and slowly and surely drew their plans against us. On this particular evening, October 30th, the Crosley service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Next 24 hours, not much change in temperature. A slight atmospheric disturbance of undetermined origin is reported over Nova Scotia,
known as the Lambda Point. Let us turn it on.
We perceive them or choose to perceive, because if we put intention in our perceiving, not to become hung up on our perceiving. The idea is to not become hung up.
Yeah, entangled in it.
Entangled in it. Perceptions. Right, perceptions.
You said breeze through it, I think is how you put it. You should breeze through it.
Easy. What's easiest for us? What makes it so blissful? We have to understand the causes of bliss, not just a experience, maybe a common experience, blissfulness. We also are very much mindful of our experience, but letting it pass after we experience it.
After it passes.
After it's depleted.
Yeah.
When it's empty, it just joins all emptiness, joins all emptiness. In the moment of looking at mind, it's empty. No thing there. Rest in that. It's very beautiful what you learn. What you learn by resting in that. And
say it again?
Unfindability of mind. Mind essence. Nature of mind itself.
What? Yeah, but how did you say it again?
Oh, I said mind essence. Looking at mind essence is emptiness. We find no thing there.
Yeah. When you look at the mind, then
there's no thing there.
Yeah.
Well, rest in that.
Yeah, that was
yes. And you learn a lot.
And that's how you meditate.
We are the diverters of our own attention in a lot of ways. We divert our attention to this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And we get a whole schemata of what we think we're experiencing, but all we're doing is see the appearance of something. Appearance. We see appearances around us, right?
Yeah, but they only go so deep. It's paper thin.
Not be entangled by your perceptions and your experiences.
Right, but also not averting them either.
I crave experience, but I'm not allowing it, Mike.
Huh? Sorry, I was distracted.
I crave experience, but I'm not allowing it.
I crave
experience, but I'm not allowing it to unfold naturally. I'm trying to help it unfold naturally, and by trying to help, it's hard.
I was thinking about this last night. I have a tendency to want to fix it.
Yes,
but it's already perfect.
It's already perfect.
Because the law of cause and effect is perfect.
And you found that reality was an answer in itself. You
It's playing itself.
It's out.
Yeah, it's playing
Yeah.
itself out. Exactly. It's supposed to play itself out.
I was saying things like as it is, as what is, that which is.
Oh yeah,
You
it. What it is. What
Yeah.
is it?
And you knock that off, Rod. There's a neighbor lady over there that you don't want to be unaware of.
Yeah, this is
you don't
another
want to
thing.
focus your,
So, you said people get hostile towards you when you talk to them
no,
about
they
this
don't
stuff.
get hostile.
They don't like it.
They show you that it's just a nonchalant. You know, how you doing? You know, that sort of thing.
And-
Nonchalant. Good morning. Good morning.
And that trumps whatever you're
that's
trying
it.
to.
That's,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You're not
Come
allowed
on.
to go further than that.
Nice day, isn't it? Yeah, that sort of thing.
I hate that.
Derelict.
Because you walk away with the exact same. You walk away with less
And yet-
than what you started with.
Yes. And yet we can't place any special importance on that.
Mm.
We can't place special importance on it because if we do, we'll be confined or bound. We'll be bound to it.
Yeah.
We're allowing appearances to have a magical effect on us. And why it is when you, it's just kind of an catch-22. You learn magic and then you find out how conditioned by it you are.
Yes. Yes. I like it. You're exactly right.
Do you ever think of the surface of a mirror
Yeah.
as an analogy?
Did you know that?
That was a good analogy, wasn't it?
Yeah, the two mirrors. So you've got the absolute, which is everything, all the laws, all the stuff that governs everything inside it, and then you've got the relative.
You get to the top of the
Mirror.
mountain and you don't plant your flag here. You look down. You look down at where you've gone and you look at the terrain. Tundra.
And yet you're unaffected by it because you don't
You're
have
not
to be
attached
in
to
it.
it. You're just
That's a good analogy.
observing it.
Yeah, because you at the summit you can see all of these things and yet not
You see
have
the
to
whole
be
path,
in them.
all these different paths,
Yeah.
and all this rock and space,
Mm.
however it is that you perceive.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
What's good is learning to live beyond time and space. That is a good practice. It's true to begin with. We know it's true, but then again, it allows for all possibilities. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It allows for all possibilities. We never know what emotion we'll have until it grips us, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
We never know what thoughts we may have. We never know what emotions or thoughts we may have.
Mm.
To get to that state
Do you-
where sorry, go ahead.
Do you think that objects have that imbued in them? That magic? That
It's relative.
imprint?
It's even relative. The life force or existence of mystical existence of Maya or a external construct of the universe.
Mm.
It is sort of an external construct of the universe because
You're saying it's like a branch on a tree,
Well,
right? Like if
sorry,
you cut the branch
I don't
off.
know what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
If you cut the branch off, it'll die.
Right.
But as long as it's attached to the tree, it's alive.
Tree of life.
Well, you could say that. I was just using the tree as an analogy for what's real.
Oh, the
Yeah.
source.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
source.
So
the
the
source,
trunk would,
source itself.
the trunk and the roots would be the
Radiant
absolute,
awareness. Once again,
and then
it's
the
radiant
branches
awareness.
come out of
You
that.
gave a good teaching on something that you just learned.
Thanks.
You're preaching to the choir.
I'm choiring to the preacher.
Singing it. Sing it, baby. Sing it. Oh, I love when you sing. How about that song? She won't let you fly, but she might let you sing.
Oh, yeah.
Or
What is
she
that?
might fly, but she might let you sing.
That's a Pink Floyd song.
My mother was a lot like that.
That's a Pink Floyd song.
Yeah. Mother, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
Divine Mother. Oh, man.
Oh, it is his mother.
I have a very, very, very deep association with the Divine Mother. Michael, have you learned about the Divine Mother?
A little bit.
Have you understood that there is a sum of nature? There's a sum of nature, so that it's in its completeness, and it's personified in the form of the Divine Mother. And she's an ethereal form, ethereal, or not really physically existent. You have
yeah, we gotta listen to this.
you have a desire for a mother. You have the desire for a mother sometimes to listen to you and communicate.
I have a desire for acknowledgement and validation.
A mother, yeah.
Yeah.
A very psychic mother. Or able to understand
Absolute mother.
understand that even the layers of karma that we have are like mists. I mean, they're like a light coming on in a dark room. You flip a switch
Yeah.
and it's light.
Right.
Suddenly there's no darkness.
Right.
So we did that. But we use electricity. Sometimes I'll have a thought and I'll make something out of it.
You want it to get bigger and stronger and
Yeah.
better and
Feed it.
yeah.
I want to feed it.
Yep.
That isn't a good practice.
No, it's not. It's already perfect.
Right? Let it fulfill itself. I couldn't talk to you. I had to think. My theory's right.
They want to get that one up on
My
someone.
theory's right.
They want to get
There
that
is
validation.
no real existence. There is that which
Yes, there
appears.
is.
That which appears that has no real existence.
It has a real existence.
An emanation.
It just can't exist by itself.
Are you talking about it itself?
Relativity.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's beside the point.
How's that beside the point?
We're talking about the realness of an appearance. The realness of it. That appearance is that we see individually with our own individual consciousness. Now come on, Mike. You know what? In a lot of ways, you approach things in an ignorant way. I think you do.
Okay.
You got to see.
How?
You got to see that to be open-minded, you can't have any kind of thought about non-dualism or nirvana.
You're saying I'm trying to take the theory with me. I'm
Yes,
trying to keep
yes,
it.
Yes. You're keeping the method as a finale to the experience. See, finale.
You're pretty good. I gotta give you that.
It's a question. What we don't want to do is let it be attached by more importance than any other thought.
You're saying even if it is true, I have to let it go.
Yes. Because then it becomes an object of bondage once you become attached to it.
It becomes the glass ceiling. I can see through it. It doesn't block my vision, but I can't get
How
it.
does it not block your vision?
Because it's true.
In what way do you see it?
It blocks my
How do you know?
movement, but it
How
does
do you
not
know?
block my vision.
But how do you know that?
How do? Because it's true, and truth is eternal, and truth is in
Well,
everything.
that's easy to say. Well, we gotta know, intuitively know. We intuitively know.
I think you're
this.
saying I would misuse it.
Oh, that's another thing that you do. There's this and there's that. It's always this and that with everything.
It's separate in relativity.
Now you're just arguing.
No, it is separate in relativity. It's just like the light going through the prism. All
Isn't
those
it?
colors are in the white light. They're in there. They don't go away.
For me, it's redundant. It's redundant to me. It's, irrelevant. Irrelevant.
There is nothing irrelevant, Roger.
Oh,
Nothing is
there's a
irrelevant.
lot irrelevant.
No, it's
There's
a way,
a lot of
there's
ways.
a way that you can look at something to draw
Well,
truth out of it and learn
that's-
from it in every instance.
We don't do that to its fullest extent. Hang on to it. Hang on.
You
to
don't
it.
have to hang on to it, but you can
do.
see
You're
the truth
entangled
into
by
it.
it.
You can see
You're
the
entangled.
truth
You're
in
entangled.
falsehood. You can see the truth in falsehood, Roger.
It's not that I want to be right. It's that you're you're entangling yourself in these objects of knowledge. You're entangling yourself in them.
I think you're right.
When they're no more real than you are.
They're no less real either.
To who?
To
To
everything.
Who's the cognizer of that?
Everyone is. It's truth. You don't believe it's true.
It's
I
who
think
we
it's,
are.
I think
Yeah,
you don't
it's
believe.
who we are. It's also truth. Yes, it is truth. But what I mean is it's who we are.
Relatively.
Ultimately.
No, ultimately we're the absolute. Ultimately there is no self.
As human beings.
There is no human being in an absolute sense.
Well, no, but
It's just the great machine.
we all have that element in us, in our existence. In other words, self-generated, or there is not a karma that is self-generated. It does not self-generate. Karma has causes and conditions.
And it's always because of separation, which you see a lot in me. And I
Yes.
get that. And you're right about that. That's also true.
But what does this mean?
It means that if I don't stop grabbing this, it will grab me.
Believing that you're becoming one with it. At one. It's a good one.
You're saying to integrate it, but don't try to hold on to it
Now, see,
and take it with me,
that's
like
really,
a luggage cart.
sorry, still talking. Where? No, what?
You're saying not to carry it around with me. You use the analogy of a paddle, right? Like you don't take the paddle with you after you reach the shore. You don't carry it around.
What you chose to see as a final meditation, or a final meditation, like a very somatic meditation. Sometimes I think maybe you need to learn.
You hit on something there.
You need to learn that.
Now, what I've been doing, I think that's a great analogy, is I've been outlining what is real. Because I can tell you what is not real. All the stuff that's not real.
Discriminating with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that also leads you to karma and the truth of...
Well, you're discriminatively aware.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Discriminatively.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now we know radiant awareness.
Ah. And you're saying that is transcendent.
It's also conceptual.
You know what that reminds me of is that saying that when you learn how to play the piano, you learn the rules and then you forget, or same thing.
Yes, most people do.
Because
I learned the guitar and it's something I'll never forget.
No. I mean that when you master something, you don't let the rules hamper you. You just are free.
You know, they're no longer relevant.
No, they are relevant.
Well, they're not now. They're not right now. Not for me.
Why?
There are no rules.
There are no rules?
There really aren't.
Are you kidding me?
There really aren't.
Then why are you smoking the cigarette?
It's a habit.
So there's habits but no rules, okay.
I can make a rule to not smoke if I choose, and not smoke. I did it for 3 days. But then that's a rule. 3 days I went.
But then that's a rule.
I was reminded of it whenever I thought of microcosm, macrocosm, microcosm,
yeah.
macrocosm.
But that's what we've been talking about.
I am nothing, Buddha is everything.
It's not nothing.
Beautiful thoughts.
It's a part of everything.
We have beautiful thoughts, yes, but we're not attached to them.
I have an analogy for you for that. This might help. Okay, you know how every number is infinite, right? Because
but where do we go from there?
You recognize that the
but
numbers are still there. There's a space between the numbers, but you don't have to get caught in that space.
It's part of the void.
Yeah.
Right?
So you just recognize it.
It's just
in its entirety.
Particle of the void. Yeah.
You see the whole
thing, and that dissolves the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now you have to know that inside you, in your life. Know it in your own life. Just directly know. Second nature. Your nature is to know. Your nature, the nature of the mind is to know. And that's what I'm so curious about a lot of times. Why don't people want to know more?
They have to destroy the ignorance. They have to destroy the ego. They have to destroy the false
state of dullness and ignorance
that they've attached themselves
to.
And they make this false identification with it, so they think that they're dying. They feel like they're dying when they learn something that's true.
Obstructions, what we call obstructions.
Yeah.
By feeling like dying, what do you mean by that? You mean they actually feel it?
Well, yeah. I mean, people's flight response picks up. Their heart races.
Just give into it.
Their heart races and their breathing increases and they freak out and they yell at you and they say you're an asshole and they try to fight you and they,
Oh, is that what they're doing? Is believing that they're dying? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm sorry.
Yeah. They feel like they're dying when you do that, and that's why they freak out, because they're identifying with all the stuff that has to die.
You have to divert their attention early on before that flies.
It has to be subtle.
Right.
It has to be very subtle.
Like, the world's going to blow up in 2020.
That's not subtle at all.
Well, else would you say? Well, the world's going to blow up in 2020. And they're like, I guess that's true.
I guess that's true. They're not going to just accept it.
And they're like, by that time I'll be dead.
So it won't matter. So who cares? That's true. That's what most people would say. Yeah.
I think he was being sarcastic. My friend that said that. Alan, my long-haired freaky friend. He was good, experienced man. Good. I loved him very much. He was a very kind, compassionate man. You know what I mean? Kind, compassionate. And very humble, but subtle. He never cared how subtle he got. He got totally subtle. Awakeness, yeah, what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
It's wide awake, unobstructed, aware, enlightened maybe. When we reach enlightenment, you will say that you lost your ego, in other words, right?
Right. That you're free from the trappings of the ego, yeah.
Tell me your experience.
Of being outside of the ego?
Yeah.
you don't have anything to do, but that's okay because it's already perfected. So it's a state. You know, it reminds me of like if you were a boat in the ocean and there's always that rocking, always the rocking, always the rocking, and then finally you run across this part that doesn't rock at all. It's just purely still.
Yeah. Okay. Lucid.
And maybe like a fish jumps out.
I think you're trying to preach to
Very,
the
very
choir.
quiet.
You're preaching to the choir again.